Hinduism, the world's oldest religion, a deep dive. Hinduism is more than just the world's oldest religion. It's a way of living, thinking, and connecting to something greater than ourselves. It's a religion that's more about finding your own path and aligning with the universe than strictly following dogma. Let's unravel what makes Hinduism so unique and how its teachings can actually offer practical advice for our modern lives. What is Hinduism? Hinduism is old, really old. We're talking thousands of years, around 1500 BCE, or maybe even older depending on who you ask. It's not like most religions where there's a central figure or a book that tells you exactly how to live your life. Instead, Hinduism is a giant tapestry woven over centuries, made up of countless beliefs, practices, and teachings. But one thing is clear: Hinduism is inseparable from India. The name Hindu itself comes from the Indus River, and the word India evolved from that. So, in a sense, Hinduism and India are tied together, like two old friends who grew up in the same neighborhood. It's also a religion that's incredibly diverse. Some Hindus worship many gods, some worship none at all, and others focus on the philosophy and wisdom of the teachings. There's room for everyone here. Hinduism's core beliefs, practical life lessons. Let's break down Hinduism's core beliefs in a way that's easy to understand and applicable to everyday life. We'll bring in some real-world examples of how these teachings can guide us in our busy modern world. 1. Brahman, the universal soul. Hindus believe that everything in the universe comes from one ultimate reality called Brahman. Imagine it like this: Brahman is the ocean, and everything in existence is like a drop of water. Every drop is part of the ocean, but it's also separate for a time. So while we live our lives as individuals, we're all interconnected, just like drops in the ocean. Real-life advice: when you're feeling isolated or disconnected, remember that you're part of something much bigger. We're all made of the same stuff, whether you see it as energy, matter, or spirit. This can be comforting during tough times. It reminds us that our struggles are not isolated. We're all in this together, and there's a bigger purpose to it all. 2. Atman, the individual soul. According to Hinduism, every person has an eternal soul, called Atman. Your Atman is who you really are, not your body, your job, or your appearance. Your soul transcends this life and will take on a new form after death. Real-life advice. The idea of Atman can be incredibly empowering. In a world where we're often judged by outward appearances or by what we do, remembering that your true self is your soul can be a relief. No matter what's happening in your life right now, you are more than your current situation. This can help you deal with challenges like loss, failure, or rejection. It's not the end. It's just a part of your soul's journey. 3. Karma, the law of cause and effect. Hinduism teaches that karma is the law of cause and effect. In simple terms, your actions, whether good or bad, will eventually come back to you. This doesn't mean instant punishment or reward, but rather that your actions will have consequences, even if you don't see them right away. Real-life advice. Think of karma as a reminder to be mindful of how we treat others. If you're constantly kind, compassionate, and fair, you'll likely find that kindness comes back to you in ways you might not expect. And the opposite is true. Selfish, harmful behavior can lead to difficulties down the road. So, every time you're about to make a choice, big or small, ask yourself, is this going to bring good energy into the world or negative energy? 4. Moksha, liberation from the cycle of life and death. The ultimate goal in Hinduism is to reach moksha, the liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This happens when you realize your oneness with Brahman. It's like waking up from a dream and realizing everything you thought was separate is actually interconnected. Real-life advice. We might not all believe in reincarnation or an afterlife, but the pursuit of moksha can still be valuable. It's about breaking free from the cycle of material desires, stress, and the endless chase for approval. In today's world, where we're constantly bombarded by what we should want, money, status, appearance, the idea of moksha offers a path to inner peace. Focus on spiritual growth, kindness, and deep self-awareness. and let go of the constant need for external validation. The Vedas, ancient wisdom for modern living. The Vedas are the sacred texts of Hinduism, filled with hymns, rituals, and philosophical teachings. They were revealed to ancient sages and are considered divine knowledge. But what's interesting is that they don't just teach about gods. They also explore the nature of life, truth, and reality. Real-life advice. You don't need to read the entire Vedas to benefit from them. Just remember that the core message is to seek truth and understanding. In a world full of misinformation and distractions, this is a crucial reminder. Always seek the deeper meaning. Whether it's through reading, meditation, or self-reflection, the pursuit of wisdom helps guide our lives in a meaningful direction. 6. Cyclical time. Embrace change. Unlike many Western religions that view time as linear, starting and ending with a clear beginning and end, Hinduism believes time is cyclical. There are 4 ages, or yugas, and we're currently in the final chaotic age, Kali Yuga. After this, the cycle resets and the world is reborn. Real-life advice. In a world that's constantly changing, the idea of cyclical time can be comforting. It teaches us that everything, good or bad, is temporary. Problems at work? They won't last forever. Difficulties in relationships? They're part of the cycle. This perspective helps us be more resilient and adaptable, knowing that nothing lasts forever, and change is a natural part of life. 7. Dharma, your life's purpose. In Hinduism, Dharma is the path of righteousness and the duties you must fulfill in life. It's not just about following a set of rules, it's about finding your role in the world and living it with integrity and honor. Dharma changes based on your age, role in society, and individual circumstances. Real-life advice. Think of Dharma as your personal code. Whether you're a student, parent, employee, or entrepreneur, your responsibilities are a key part of your purpose. Doing what's right, not because someone tells you to, but because it aligns with your true self, brings balance to your life. Find what feels meaningful to you, whether it's nurturing your family, advancing in your career, or contributing to society, and live it fully. Hinduism's ancient stories and texts, a treasure trove of wisdom. Beyond the beliefs, Hinduism is rich with epic stories, deep philosophy, and timeless wisdom. The Bhagavad Gita. The Gita is often referred to as the manual for living. In it, Arjuna, a great warrior, is stuck in a moral crisis on the battlefield. He doesn't want to fight his family, but Lord Krishna guides him to understand that sometimes doing the right thing is difficult, but it's essential for the greater good. Real-life advice. Like Arjuna, we all face difficult decisions. Whether it's confronting a tough truth, standing up for what's right, or choosing the hard but necessary path, the Gita reminds us to follow our Dharma, our higher calling, even when it's uncomfortable. The epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Both these epics are action-packed with drama, love, betrayal, and epic battles. But at their core, they teach one simple thing: the importance of living by your Dharma. The characters in these stories wrestle with their choices, much like we do in real life. Real-life advice. The Ramayana and Mahabharata show us that life isn't black and white. We all have our struggles, and we'll face moments where we have to choose between right and wrong, loyalty and betrayal, love and duty. These stories remind us that the journey is just as important as the destination, and our choices define who we are. Why Hinduism still matters today. Hinduism's teachings aren't just for ancient sages or distant civilizations. They're incredibly relevant to us today. In a world full of noise, stress, and confusion, the wisdom of Hinduism offers guidance on how to live a peaceful, balanced life. Whether you're drawn to its rich mythology, its deep philosophical teachings, or its practical life advice, Hinduism has something for everyone. At its core, Hinduism asks us to reconnect with ourselves, embrace the cycles of life, and strive for a deeper understanding of our place in the universe. In doing so, we move closer to inner peace, happiness, and enlightenment. So, the next time you're feeling lost or uncertain, remember that Hinduism teaches us that we're all part of the same ocean, separate but never alone. Just a little reminder that we're all on this journey together. Hinduism, living a good life and the gods who guide us. In Hinduism, there are 4 essential goals that guide a person toward a fulfilling and balanced life. Let's take a deeper look at these life goals and how they shape the Hindu way of living. The 4 goals of life Dharma. This is the foundation of everything. Dharma refers to the ethical duties or righteous path a person should follow in life. It's about making choices that keep harmony in the world, based on your role in society, your personal values, and the greater good. Dharma helps guide you through life's ups and downs. Artha. This is the pursuit of prosperity and success, securing wealth, good reputation, and stability. It's not about greed, but the responsible accumulation of resources to live a meaningful life and support your family and community. Kama. Unlike the negative kama that we'll get to in a moment, this goal is about seeking pleasure, both physical and mental. It's the joy you get from life's experiences, from love, creativity, beauty, and joy. It's an important part of living a balanced life. Moksha. The ultimate goal in Hinduism is moksha, or liberation from the cycle of rebirth. Once a person attains moksha, their soul merges back into Brahman, the ultimate reality. Achieving this means the soul is no longer bound by the cycles of life, death, and reincarnation. To live a well-rounded life, Hindus practice artha and kama while always staying true to their dharma, because these are the tools that help them achieve moksha. 6 temptations to avoid. Hinduism warns against 6 major temptations, or negative forces that can derail a person's spiritual journey. Kama, lust and materialism. This kama is not the healthy pursuit of pleasure, but the overwhelming desire for physical indulgence or material wealth. Krodha, anger. Letting anger control you leads to destructive actions and thoughts. Lobha, greed. The insatiable desire for more, whether it's wealth, power, or recognition, blinds you to the needs of others. Moha, attachment. Becoming unrealistically attached to people, things, or status can lead to suffering when change inevitably comes. Mada, pride. A sense of superiority can lead to isolation and harm to others. Matsarya, jealousy. Envy of others' success or possessions disrupts inner peace. By practicing Dharma and avoiding these 6 temptations, Hindus believe they can break free from the cycle of rebirth and merge back into Brahman, just like a drop of water returning to the ocean. The many gods of Hinduism. Even though everything ultimately comes from Brahman, the one true reality, Hinduism is home to thousands of gods and goddesses. Here's a look at some of the most important ones. Brahma, the creator. Brahma is credited with creating the universe, though he is distinct from Brahman. He has 4 heads, each facing a different direction, representing the 4 Vedas and 4 yugas, ages of the world. He's often seen riding a swan and holds a book to symbolize knowledge. His consort is Saraswati, the goddess of learning. Vishnu, the preserver. Vishnu is tasked with maintaining balance in the universe. He wields a discus to protect Dharma and a conch to symbolize victory. Vishnu has many avatars like Krishna and Rama, who descend to earth to restore balance and protect Dharma. He rides Garuda, a giant eagle. Vishnu's consorts are Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, and Bhu Devi, the earth goddess. Shiva, the destroyer. Shiva's role is to destroy the universe to make way for its renewal. His most famous feature is his third eye, which, if opened, can obliterate anything in its path. When Shiva isn't destroying the world in his cosmic dance, he enjoys riding his bull Nandi. Shiva's consorts are Parvati and Sati, and he has 2 famous sons, Ganesha and Murugan. Ganesha is known as the remover of obstacles and has the head of an elephant after his original human head was replaced. Hindu denominations. Hinduism is vast and includes many different branches, each with its own unique practices and beliefs. There are 4 main denominations: Vaishnavas, worshippers of Vishnu and by extension his avatars like Krishna and Rama; Shaivas, devotees of Shiva and his family, including Ganesha and Murugan; Smartas, followers of texts like the Puranas and the Ramayana, who worship 5 deities: Ganesha, Durga, Surya, Shiva, and a preferred avatar of Vishnu; Shaktas, worshippers of Devi, the goddess, seen as the ultimate reality, like a feminine form of Brahman. Even with all these variations, the core beliefs of Dharma and Moksha remain consistent across all denominations: the concept of avatar. In Hinduism, when the balance of good and evil in the world tilts too far toward evil, a divine being descends to earth to restore Dharma. This divine descent is known as an avatar. The word avatar means descent, and these gods take earthly forms to intervene in times of crisis. For example, Vishnu descended as Varaha, a boar, to lift the earth from the ocean, and as Rama and Krishna, he restored Dharma during troubled times. The caste system in Hinduism. One of the most well-known aspects of Hinduism is the caste system. Traditionally, there are 4 main castes: Brahmins, priests and scholars; Kshatriyas, warriors and rulers; Vaishyas, merchants and traders; Shudras, laborers and service providers. This system was initially meant to organize society based on qualities and skills rather than birth. However, over time, especially after the Manu Smriti, a text written around the 5th century BCE, the caste system became rigid and people were stuck in the caste they were born into. The untouchables, or those considered the lowest in society, were left with tasks deemed impure. The caste system is still a part of Hindu society today, although it is no longer as strict in practice. Intercaste marriage is becoming more common, and many Hindus, especially in urban areas, are moving away from caste-based social divisions. Conclusion: Hinduism's depth and diversity. Hinduism is not a one-size-fits-all religion. It's vast, ancient, and filled with a wide range of beliefs, gods, and practices. At its heart, it's about finding balance and seeking truth, whether through dharma, meditation, or devotion to a particular god. From the concept of avatars to the diversity of deities and the rich mythology, Hinduism offers endless opportunities for exploration. Learning the basics is just the beginning. Hinduism, with its centuries of wisdom, continues to be a vibrant part of the lives of over 1 billion people today. It's a living, breathing tradition that invites all who are curious to dive deeper into its mysteries. If you enjoyed learning about these fascinating beliefs and practices, please subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter. You can also support us on Patreon. Until next time.